Hey everyone, you made it! I am so excited that you're here. Thank you for joining me for another chic morning. I want you to grab your smoothie, your cup of tea, your cup of coffee, however you like it. Pull up a chair and have a seat because we are about to dig right on in. Today, we are going to discuss Trump and his decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk around this subject, and a lot of you have heard about this, and some of you have not yet heard about this. But it's very important that we discuss this. I remember when watching the press release, having a sense of feeling that President Trump had a level of sincerity when he reached out to Palestine and said, listen, just because we are recognizing Jerusalem as a capital of Israel instead of the capital of Palestine or coming to a different agreement, we still want to be, America is still optimistic and sincere to move forward with the peace deal, because America was supposed to be brokering a peace deal in between Palestine and Israel. You know, they've been beefing for a very long time. But what happened after Trump made that decision, there was an emergency meeting called in Turkey. So 57 countries were in attendance at that emergency meeting, and they were like, yo, what are we going to do about this? They're pretty salty over there. And an official statement released from them says that, okay, well, clearly America has forfeited her right to be a part of this peace between Israel and Palestine. And so with that statement, it said so much. And we are on the brink of a disaster happening, guys. And I really need you to listen to what I'm saying, because there are a group of people that are preparing for this disaster. There's a certain corporation, and I'm not going to say any names, but there's this certain huge corporation that has told their employees to prepare for a disaster, right? I'm hearing people in the military say that the military has told them to be prepared because America is expecting bombs from North Korea or North Korea or Russia any day now. And the fact of the matter is, we don't even really know how many enemies America really has at this point. But the point of the matter is the political climate in the world. It's not just America, the political climate in the world. Because if a war breaks out between Israel and Palestine, and please understand that's exactly what's being staged up to happen. And this is an intentional plot that goes back to the 1800s. Okay, those high-level Masons and the Luciferians and the powerful people that run this country have a certain system that they operate in, because it is all a part of a master plan, and that is how they're able to control. Not only do they have power, but they have super duper evil genius minds that allow them to carry certain things out over 400 years, 500 years. When they die, another pops back up, secret children. There's this whole thing going on. And we have to know, as children of God, we have to know and discern the times, or we could get caught up. Because in the times of Noah, when Noah was telling people that they needed to get ready for rain, get prepared, they laughed, they scoffed. They mocked him as he manually made that boat himself. Ha! We've never seen rain. What you mean, a flood? But then the day came, right? But then the day did come when the rain began to fall. And then it began to fall and fall and fall and fall and fall and fall and fall. And then it was too late. So I am pleading to everyone who is listening to the sound of my voice to take this serious. If you have heard this before, this is confirmation. If you haven't heard this before, you don't have a lot of time to play. You need to go to God to get confirmation for yourself. Because at this time and at this hour, we need to be putting water away. We need to be putting food away. We need to be making contingency plans for our children, because it's gonna get pretty ugly. And a lot of people are going to die because they're not prepared. But you got to know that the wealthy, they're definitely preparing. There's a certain class of people who know what it is and who have prepared accordingly. There are a group of people who know what it is and are preparing accordingly. More and more I am meeting people that are like, yes, I've been putting things away. Or yes, I've been thinking about that. I know that something is getting ready to happen and I need to start preparing for it. I'm ringing the alarm for you so that you can start getting prepared. Go to God. Go to God yourself and see what he's saying to you. Ask wisdom. God calls wisdom a her. She's a she. Wisdom is so cold. She is her own entity. Okay? God formed the creation of the world with wisdom, right? He let wisdom decide. And that's why we have rivers flowing the way that they do and the way that the plants and with the bees, like wisdom. And she told us that she screams from the courtyard and people don't hear her. But if we simply just be like, hey, wisdom, don't yell at me. I want to listen. Help me listen. Like, what's up? How should I do this? Like, I want to be in tune with you. Like, God trusts you. You bring wealth. You bring safety. You bring health. You can save a life. Girl, where you at? Okay? Like, go ahead and purposefully request these things and God will give them to you. We don't have time to wait. If you have children out there, you surely don't have time to wait because your babies are going to need to eat whether there's a disaster or not a disaster. Rice, beans, sardines, canned goods, peanut butter, honey. Like, start getting them away. If you get food stamps, you need to take a considerable portion of those food stamps and buy a ton of brown rice, yellow rice, so forth. Because I'm telling you, the food stamps are going to go. There's going to be a point in time when we can't go to the grocery store to just buy food. Chaos is going to come. It's like we're in the last hour. It's like it's coming. It's coming. I've been wrestling with this word in my spirit for almost 2 years now. And God has given me so much confirmation in the wrestling with this thing. And like, okay, God, well, what do you mean? And I'm here to tell you right now that it's better to be safe than sorry. Yes, that's the carnal way of looking at it. But the spiritual way of looking at it is, are you going to have your oil when God get here? Or are you going to be the virgin that had to turn back around because you weren't prepared? Because you weren't paying attention? God said that in the last days, people are going to be marrying and going to work and doing things as usual, not thinking because they're not paying attention. But we are supposed to discern the signs. And before you just say, no, that'll never happen. No, you need to go to God with a legitimate, like, okay, God, maybe I don't think that this is going to happen, but God, you are a God that knows more than me, who is a greater God than me. And I just want to know, is this you or is this not you? And wait for your confirmation. And listen, be obedient. I have really enjoyed being able to share this word to people because it could save a life, right? It could be the difference in having food stored away and not having food stored away is significant. The difference of being prepared for an ongoing disaster, having supplies and flashlights and waterproof matches, that could make the difference between surviving it and not surviving it, between having your children survive it or not surviving it. So this is not a thing to take lightly. And so I really enjoy being able to bring that to the front of a conversation, to the front of someone's mind, because we can't get caught up in vanity, and we can't get caught up in money, and we can't get caught up in relationships. We can't get caught up with any of the tricks of the devil. We can't get caught up. We can't get caught up. That Cindy Trim book that we discussed yesterday, that is a book, as I said yesterday, everybody that's listening to me, go get that book. Because we need to be preparing our houses literally with like water and food, and we need to be preparing our houses spiritually by prayer, supplication, worship, and warfare. Because we want our houses to be distinguished from the unrighteous, because God's judgment is upon America. And if you just take a step back, you will start to notice it. You will start to notice that the grace of God seems to be leaving this place. And I really want you to think about that. And did you know about this? Like, am I telling you something that you don't know? Is this something that you yourself have been preparing for? You may be on the fence. Go to my Facebook page, Chic Mornings, and let me know. Like, am I crazy? In your mind, like, does this sound crazy? Like, what? Do you understand what I'm saying? I really want to understand, because it's important that we start to tell our family and friends, like, if you yourself know this information is true, you should be telling as many people as you can. Everybody's not going to believe you, and that's okay. Our job is not to convince people, but we don't want blood on our hands. So if you know the truth, it behooves you to go tell, because you don't want to be the servant who was considered evil because he dug a hole in the ground and stuck the talent in it, instead of going to take the talent and allowing it to produce a crop. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. This has been another Chic Morning, and I hope I've been able to put something on your brain to think about. Now, go ahead and find me on social media, Chic Mornings, Facebook, Twitter, IG. Find me, I'm there. Let's connect. Don't forget, we always take song requests and shout outs. Just post on our Facebook wall, search for RP Entertainment, that's the first word, and radio is the second word. Or tweet us at RPEntRequest. And don't forget to check out our other daily shows. We have Miss Shawn with her Real Talk segment. That's at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We have All Day with his Starting the Conversation segment at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays. We have DJ Shablass with his DJ mix every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we have DJ Yo Daddy with his Lit Mix every Friday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go ahead and take a listen around. We're so happy that you're here. Don't forget to meet me right back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and every morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be safe, y'all.